Hey everyone, today I decided to make a snack for my family after they got home for church. So I started in on some pizza. Here I'm just mixing some gold medal flour, yeast, water, and salt to make a very simple focaccia dough. My rule of thumb for focaccia dough is put 50% less water than you do flour. So here I put 5 cups of flour and I put 2.5 cups of water. If there's an easier pizza dough out there, I'd love to know because this one is like crazy easy. Setting up for this pizza is super easy. I used to wipe the whole counter and then roll the dough out on the counter with a rolling pin before adding it to a pan and adding all the toppings. But now I just put some parchment paper on the counter, oil it really well, and then section my dough out for each one. I actually got the rolling pin out and oiled it and got it ready before I remembered that I don't even use it anymore and that I've just been using my hands. I go through each one and then come back and do it again because if dough needs to sit a little bit before it flattens very well. Even though my dough is a little wet, you can see it's still smooth on top and bubbly, which is perfect for a nice pizza dough, especially if you want it really soft. For my sauce, I just combined crushed tomatoes, basil, salt, and oregano, and then blended it together in this Vitamix so that it would become very, very smooth. You can actually see the color changing here, which tells me when it's smooth to my liking. I had this old cheese in the fridge which I wanted to use up, but I kept smelling it and even tasted it because it had this weird smell, and there was even some little mold on the outside, but I cut around all of the edges and figured that this pizza was going in a 500-degree oven anyway, so if there was anything on it, it would be just fine. As a side note, after the terrible thing with Charlie Kirk last week, I was so in the blues I didn't feel like making any videos. But as I have time, I'm planning on more in the future, so y'all just keep a lookout. Also, does anybody have a good Greek recipe they could share with me? I really want to get into Greek food, but I've never been exposed to it much, and so it's kind of hard to make it without much direction, but the little I have eaten, I've absolutely loved. Somehow I forgot garlic in the sauce, so here I am adding it on top in hopes that that would make up. I don't have a pizza peel, but I just used this really large plastic cutting board, which works perfectly to put the pizza in the oven. My mission in my pizza life is to get a crispy bottom, which is really hard for our oven. So I turned it to 500 degrees and put it on a pizza stone, and then turned the oven off afterwards in order to do my best to get a crispy crust without burning it. Here you can see the top still got a little bit burned and the crust was not crusty, but it was worth a try and I'll keep going. You can see how fluffy and bubbly the dough is here, and it tasted absolutely amazing.